Hi, good evening. My name is Yannick, and this is another episode of your podcast that you listen to sometimes. I don't know. Did you like the former episodes? Do you like how I talk? I've been asking for feedbacks. I've been getting some, and we're working on them as it goes. I think I said it before that I'll have 11 episodes, and as soon as I'm done with the 11 episodes, I'll just strictly go out, all out, to make sure that a lot of people get to hear this, and before we can ever come back. So, coming back will be based on people's feedbacks and how well this particular season goes. So, today's topic, like, I think by now people should notice that most of my topics are not just things that I sat down and just said, okay, so next week I'm going to say this. Sometimes that happens, but usually it's spontaneous. It's something that I just heard, something that just happened, and I have to talk about it or something like that. So today is one of those days. I was online, I think during the early hours of the day, and I came across a post, some girl talking about how her boyfriend she went for a research project, something like that. She was giving a speech on it, and her boyfriend was applauding her and all of that. Well, and he asked the question to make her, to make people clap more and all of that when she asked the audience for questions, and it was a supportive moment. The tweet went viral and all, so it kind of brought some thoughts to my head. I'm sorry, I'm outside again, so I think that sound just came from someone trying something. So and I came across this tweet as well, and it was very interesting. It kind of just brought back memories. I had to screenshot it, and it kind of just brought some things back to my mind about this sort of situations. So over the years, I've been involved with a lot of people. I've had discussions, I've had friendships, I've had relationships, and the worst kind to be in, friendship, relationship, whatever it is with someone who doesn't get you, who doesn't understand or support what you do or those things that make you happy. So for example, in my case, I'm a writer, and I understand that not everybody gets poetry. My younger sister, my dad, they don't get poetry. But because I wrote it, whatever it is that I write and I post wherever, they share, they comment, lovely, awesome, beautiful. They don't get what I'm doing. They don't get poetry at all. I'm very sure that they do not even read some of those posts. At least even if they do not understand it. There is this particular case I can remember. I wrote a poem, and it was very, very explicit. It was sexually explicit. And my dad wrote nice posts, keep it up. Beautiful poem, keep it up. I am very sure that he didn't read it, because if he did, he would have at least gotten a hint of what was going on, and he wouldn't support that. But he didn't read it, or he didn't at least get it. But he still had to say something to encourage me to do whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm not saying my dad has always been that supportive. Parents, Nigerian parents, they like what you do, but they might not want you to do it full time or something. But the point I'm trying to make is, he understands that this is what makes his daughter happy. His daughter does this thing, and he supports me, even if he doesn't get what I'm doing or why I do it. And if you're just an acquaintance, you don't have to do that. You can just go by the post. You don't have to like it. You don't have to read it. You don't have to do whatever. If you're just a colleague and acquaintance, someone I just know that just says hi to me, we just you don't owe me reading my post or supporting me in any way. But if you're my friend, or you're my family member, close family member, or you're in a relationship with me, I think you should do more than just skip through. And I'm not saying that everybody owes me reading my works. Like I said, my dad doesn't have to read it, but he has to show me in a certain way that he supports what I'm doing and he understands what it is. But if you're claiming to be my friend and you just keep true, you don't understand, so you don't support, so you don't like, so you don't cheer me up, then really we're not friends, or then really we shouldn't be together. So like, I have a couple of friends too who do the same thing that my dad does. There are times I've posted stories, articles that I'm very sure that my friends did not read it. Like, I am 100% sure. There was even this particular article I can remember that it was very long and lengthy, so I know that most of my friends did not read it. And I wasn't offended. But they all commented and they all said nice things like, keep it up sis, nice one, good thing, good stuff going on. But I am sure they did not read it. And how I'm sure is because I put some vital, very personal piece of information in like the third paragraph, which I know a lot of people didn't get to, because if they got to the conversation would have gone way past keep it up sis, nice one sis, because it was a very, very strong piece of information that I left out about myself that most of them do not even know about. So, but to me, over the years, being this person that I see things a little differently from everybody else, I read more than the average person around me. And I'm not saying that I'm sure there are a lot of people that read more than I do, but I'm just saying, like, if you put me in a random room with 10 Nigerian babes, I'm sure that I'll be in the top 2 of people who read more than others. And this thing, reading, writing, being creative, trying to do research and all that, is impulsive for me. It's something that I can't even control. If I do not do those things, I feel like I'm not complete. Do you understand? Like, I feel like I'm not me when I don't do those things. So it's impulsive that I read. It's impulsive that I research. It's impulsive that I write. Do you understand? And so I feel like over the years, the things that has kept me going is little shows of love from my family, my friends, and acquaintances sometimes, because it means that I'm doing something. They are seeing that I'm doing something. They are seeing that I'm different from them, but they are supporting whatever it is that I'm doing. Because I can tell you boldly, I'm very weird. I'm a very weird person. I do not engage in normal conversations. I do not engage in some... Up until recently, I was very, very geeky and weird. So, like... But it's really helped me to feel among, to understand that I'm part of a people, I'm part of friendships, I'm part of relationships, I'm part of family gatherings when people support what I do. And I try to extend the same thing to other people too. Like, some of my friends can sell something I do not actually need, but I buy because that's what my friend does, so I have to like support this person. I would make hair for my friend if my friend makes hair. I would buy clothes even if I really do not, even if it's sometimes not convenient for me. I would go to parties with my friends when invited, even though all my body's raging against especially going to a party, but I have to do because my friends asked me to, because that's what is happening now. Do you get? Like, I actually do things too to make sure that my friends feel okay. So I think it's okay for you to do something to just make your friend feel okay, even if you do not get what it is that they are doing. So now, when it comes to relationships, the whole different ball game. I can tell you that even if I do not know what you do 100%, I would want to know. I would want to be in your head. I want to understand where you're coming from. I want to know how your day went. I want to know the person you sit next to at work. Not because I'm trying to just be nosy or whatever, but because I want to know you. I want you to be able to get home every day and tell me what went on at work. I want you to be able to... I want to be able to chip in, like, oh, so did you now change your seat? Or did she now greet you this morning? Or what did she now say? Or something like that. I really want us to have a conversation. And if the conversation is based on only what we do with each other, I'm sure that the conversation will be very short and sometimes non-existent. So I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone, you should be in on their life as well. You should be in on their interests, their desires, and the things that they want to do with their lives. So it goes the same way when you're dating a creative or someone who is career-driven or goal-oriented in a certain way. You need to be interested in what that person does. You need to want to know what that person does. You need to be able to support that person, even if you do not get that thing 100%. So, like, if, for example, I find myself dating someone who does music, fine, I'm a creative, but I really do not understand musicians because I don't know how your brain works. I just know that you sing. Did you get? But if I were dating someone who is a musician, for example, I'm sure that I want to know, like, okay, so what brought on this beat to you? Like, how did you get inspired to do this one? So I just want you to tell me all those things so that we can have something to talk about, so that you can see me as your happy place. You can see me as someone you can tell all these things to, rather than just being there and say, okay, do you, I'll do me. I don't get what you do, you don't get what I do, so do your own, let me do my own. When we are together, if it's food we want to eat together, then it's fine. If it's sex, then it's fine. So this thing really brings a gap, or will I say, not just a gap, it makes relationships strenuous sometimes. So, for example, I really like cooking. I like food. I like cooking and eating. I think the experience of being in the kitchen also activates one part of my brain that I don't know what it is, but it activates a part of my brain. When I cook, I relax, I'm calm. I look forward to weekends when I get to be in the kitchen and cooking. So I can't imagine dating someone who you just ask, babe, what do you want to eat this weekend? And it's like rice and stew. Or you make something fancy for him, maybe something you just learned somewhere or something, and he doesn't get it. And it's like, was that nice? And it's like, I don't know, it's not different from every other thing. Or I don't care, just make it for me. You don't have to put anything. Why did you have to stress yourself to do all of this? I don't get it. So I'm just using something as an example. That can really kill my morale. You can imagine going to all that, like trying to set up a dish or set up a particular mood for a food for a meal for your lover, and the person doesn't get it. The person is just like, noodles is noodles now. I don't understand. Do you get? Like, the person doesn't understand where you're coming from with those desires and ideas of yours. So it goes the same way into writing, being creative. It's like, I was once in a relationship with someone who, I'm not trying to bash anybody, I'm just saying that it was good in some ways and stuff, but he just didn't get my writing. I sent him a couple of poetry and he doesn't get it. Even something I wrote for him or about him, he doesn't get it. And I can send him a post and he's like, I don't understand it. And he doesn't even say it in a I'm trying to understand it but I can't way. He's like, I don't get the poem. I don't know why you like. Sometimes I send him points that I like and it's like, I don't know why you like it. Okay. Do you even get it? No, I don't get it. So I don't know why. It's your thing. Or I send him an article and it's like, it's too long, I can't read it. But you can send me articles from your church journal or whatever and you expect me to read it, and I do read it. And that's the weird part. I read his own journals or whatever articles he sends to me that interest him, because I think the only thing that interests him in this life is church. So I'm not trying to bash anything, but I'm just saying that the only thing that interests him in this life is church. So when he sends me stuff from church, I actually take my time to read and understand, so that I can relate to this person on his own terms. Like, this is what makes him tick, so I want to read it so I can relate to him. But then I do mine and he's like, I don't get it. I sent him some TED Talks. Like, I listened to this TED Talk, was explosive, and it's like, I don't know what this person's inspiration is, so I can't listen to it. Or I'll get to it later, sometime later, and he never does get to it. So, like, over time, though I can tell you, like, love was present. I was infatuated, I was in love, I was in lost, whatever it is. So I didn't even think of those things as important things at the time. But I can tell you that little by little, I started becoming less of myself around him, because he doesn't get myself. He doesn't get me. He doesn't get my business ideas. He doesn't get my desire to be this person or be that person. He thinks I chase too many things. He thinks I am too much. You know, when you say someone is too much, like, why are you reading this one? What are you doing that one for? Why are you writing like that? What's that? Like, he thinks the basic things that people should do is go to church on Sunday, go to weekly services, praise to God, read Christian journals, learn about marriage counseling from previously married pastors and stuff like that. And that's, I always feel like there's more to life. Even when it comes to his career choices and stuff, I'm always like, no, how about you do this, do that? And it's like, that's not what's important now. See, God will do what he wants to do at the right time. And I really am not that type of person. I don't subscribe to that kind of ideology of just waiting around and waiting for God to let it go, let it happen. It works for a lot of people, but it doesn't. I don't think it does work for me. I think, like, I'm not saying I can make things happen on my own. With God's help and a lot of hard work, things can come into place. And even if things are not happening, I feel like you should work towards them. It doesn't subscribe to that kind of thing. And so whenever I bring up these ideas of, okay, how about you do this? So what if you try this and then do this and then do that? It feels like I'm doing too much. I am not understanding the level of trust I'm not having the level of trust I should have in God. And those are the only, I feel like all the things he wanted were just in the box of religion, or were covered in the box of religion. And he wanted the relationship to revolve around that. And now I'm fine with religion and stuff, but I feel like, what about me? What about the things that I like? And I'm not asking you to want something crazy. I'm not asking you for BDSM or whatever weird shit. I'm just asking you to listen to me talk. I'm just asking you to listen to me talk and give opinions and say, oh, your pitch was here like this, your this was here like that. Or read my works and say, okay, so I like the beginning of the article, but towards the end it was a little bit too fast or something. You know, just be there for me. I shouldn't have to rely on my mom or someone else outside to give me all of this, to have these conversations with when you are there. Do you understand? So I feel like in relationships, in friendships that are real friendships, you need to be supportive. Even if you do not understand what that person is doing 100% of the time, you need to be supportive. You need to listen. You need to be there for that person. You need to be present, and you need to cheer them on, because you should be their first cheerleaders. You should be their go-to person. You should be the person they run to, like, hey babe, do you know that I have a presentation tomorrow? What do you think I should write about? I have a friend, like, I've not met him before, and I've not met him, like, I've never seen him. But anytime he has an article he's meant to write, he sends it to me like, okay, so I'm supposed to write an article on this. This is where I want to start from. This is where I want to go to. This is where I want the middle point to be. And I train him on. I tell him, okay, so how about you do it like this? How about you do it like that? I feel like I'm a sicko when it comes to things like that. He can come to me with those kind of ideas. I don't know about his relationship or whatever it is. I don't know if he has a good one, but I'm just saying that it would be a lot sweeter and more fun if he could have the same conversation he has with me alongside other conversations with his partner. I feel like your partner should be your partner in everything. Your partner should be your partner in crying, in fun, in anger, in venting, in whatever. Even if you are venting about something that is not relevant, or the person doesn't understand why you are venting for that thing, but the person should be there, should be present, should be listening, should be advising, should be giving you the little anecdotes where you need it and where you don't. Do you get, like, it's about being together and being supportive. And this morning just brought on a lot of things for me, and how much detrimental it is to anyone's mental well-being if you're with someone who doesn't get you, who doesn't support you, who doesn't understand what it means to tick like you tick. Like, it's like you're a different person and you're in this shell. If you are with someone who doesn't get that shell, who doesn't understand why you're in that shell, who doesn't know what drives you, I don't think any relationship can work. The relationship is just a disaster waiting to happen. I'm not saying both of you have to have the same things. I'm just saying that the both parties have to be willing to understand and like to a certain minimal level to be in a relationship with someone. Like, like I started this thing, my sister and my dad, I am 100% sure these people are my family. I know they do not read my poetry. I know they do not watch, they do not listen to my podcast in full. Like, my dad knows I have a podcast, and he was telling me like, this is a lovely thing. For like days he was telling me, so how do you want me to be doing this? Do you want me to be sharing to my friends? That's my father. I'm sure he doesn't understand what this is all about. But he kept calling me like, okay, so my friends, they need data to listen to you. So he's literally going to force his friends to listen to me talk. But he doesn't need to know what I talk about. He just knows that his daughter is talking, and he needs to tell people that his daughter is talking. Do you get? So if you're in a relationship with someone, you can't do the barest minimum for that person, and you're there like, because I don't get a podcast series, I don't know why I have to share it to my friends. And then she's like, I don't know soccer, so let him. Soccer time is his time, then that's his thing. See, me as I'm here like this, I'm willing to know soccer if that's what you want. Do you get? Like, I'm willing to come meet you in a certain way so that we can always be in each other's company, and there's something fun to do with each other, there's something supportive to do with each other. You can't just be there and saying, because I don't know it, then I don't know it. Do you get? And well, that's all I have to say about this. You have to be your partner's cheerleader. You have to be their personal hero. You have to be their personal everything in every sphere of life. Even if you do not understand or get what that person is doing, please just be there. Please just be present. And that's the least you can do, really. As far as it's nothing illegal, as far as it's nothing that is sinful or killing or detrimental to any other person's well-being, please support your partners and just be there for them. That's all. I think I'll have to get a few people to weigh in on this, and then maybe the next episode will be some of my friends just talking about this randomly, talking about having supportive partners and stuff. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time. No, not see you. Talk to you next time. Talk to myself next time while you listen next time. Bye-bye.